Tat podcast where culture meets chaos. I'm your highly blessed and favorite and a little bit messy host, Lauren the Dom, aka the motherfucking Dom Dada. Welcome to a new episode, y'all. Welcome my first and my last time listeners. If you are new here, this is the podcast where you can get all things entertainment. We have an amazing episode ahead. Child, when I tell you this time is going by too fast, I can't keep up. Literally, bitch, this week is over with. Bitch, it's about to be Monday, which means it's about to be the end of the month at this point. Like, I really just can't keep up. But nonetheless, I am so glad that you all are here. Child, the mess has been taking over so much that people just don't know what to do when it comes to the music, bitch. I mean, y'all are dropping a little slow, I will say, but it always happens around second quarter, around the time that the summer is kind of creeping up. That's where people, slowly start to die out because for first quarter they have spent too much time just trying to push out the music that they can. Now it's one of those things where they let second quarter kind of let the music do the talking. Third quarter comes around and it's all the same cycle. They always do the same shit. But nonetheless, like I said, we have a great episode ahead. So let's go ahead and get into the shit that y'all came here for, which unfortunately is not the messy shit, because I know y'all love being some messy ass bitches. So yeah, let's get into it. Starting with movies and TV. Over the past weekend, we had some movies come out. They Will Kill has dropped. The Drama with Zendaya and Robert Pattinson has dropped. I've been hearing so many mixed reviews about the movie. I just have to personally see and watch for myself. I also told y'all when it comes to promotion of the movie, I told y'all that because it was about a wedding, Zendaya was going to do the whole like something new, something old, something borrowed, something blue, or something like that. And she has delivered, and I am just so excited. I also think that she has Euphoria dropping this season. I'm just keeping it a buck. I never seen that show a day in my life. Actually, I seen an episode, but don't ask me what it was about because I was just watching it with somebody else, and that's just what it is. But nonetheless, shout out to Zendaya for being super busy. Halle Bailey, I be wanting to call her Halle Bieber so bad. I don't know why, but Halle Bailey recently is starring in a new movie called You, Me, and Tuscany. She's also starring beside the dude that was in Bridgerton in like the first season, and then he ended up leaving for whatever fucking reason. I don't know. If I'm not mistaken, he was also in the movie Dungeons and Dragons. Don't know if y'all know about that movie, but that's like one of my favorite like little nerd movies or whatever. He was in that movie as well. But they are starring in a rom-com together, which I absolutely love. I think that today we've been losing the plot of movies, kind of dropping the same type of movies. So I'm glad to see an all-black rom-com. Bitch, I'm glad to see that we've been dropping like the fucking all-black vampire movies. The thing about the vampire movies is the fact that we ain't had a black vampire since what? Blade and fucking Eddie Murphy and Vampire in Brooklyn. Bitch, be fucking for real. I just wish we had switched it up so much. But nonetheless, shout out to the girlies for all of their movies. And when I just realized that all the movies that I just named have women in the lead. Black women at that. Shout out to us. Moving on to TV. So, speaking of Real Housewives of Atlanta, of course, we all know that they just premiered their first episode for season 17 this past Sunday, but it looks like one of their OGs is currently losing custody of her children. If you don't know who Kim Zolciak is, bitch, then you really not tapped in. How you don't buy wig? How you don't close your legs to marry men? Excuse me? How y'all don't know about Big Papa? Come on now. Like, Kim was really the first girly to get on TV, not only have a sugar daddy and be living like a super lavish life, but she was the first girly to really get on TV and be like, yeah, I wear a wig. Even though the wigs used to be laid bad, we can't say the color was there, bitch, the volume was there, bitch. It was all full. Like, we have to eventually give Kim her credit because she was really like she was kind of living that housewife life without actually really being a housewife, because she wasn't married when she first got on that show. She wasn't, bitch. But I will say this. I knew Kim was going to be a problem because I had a feeling that she was just so used to her lifestyle with Big Papa that when she met Croy, yeah, Croy was in the NFL, he made good money, but I seen the shit that was going on. All right, all them moving houses all the fucking time, all of that shit that was going on, child. I knew some shit was going to happen, unfortunately. But it looks like she has been ordered to complete therapy so she can see the kids she shares with her estranged husband, Croy Bierman. I think that they have about 4 or 5 kids together, and then Kim has her 2 daughters separately. So 7 kids in total. I think it's like 6 or 7 kids in total. It might be between like 5 to 7 kids. I don't know, but it's a gang of them motherfuckers. Um, According to reports, a Georgia judge ruled that their children will remain with Croy starting April 3rd until Kim completes 4 parent therapy sessions. The earliest she could reportedly reunite with the kids is April 13th. The ruling comes after Croy recently filed for sole custody of their 4 minor children, claiming Kim missed court-ordered therapy sessions and had been out of the country for 2 weeks. So they do have 4 kids together. So in total, they have 6. Bitch, I knew I wasn't tripping. I'm like, they got a gang of kids together for sure. Um, Croy also alleges that Kim had only seen the kids one night during that time, and that one of the children was bitten by a dog that evening. Of course, Kim has denied allegations, telling TMZ the claims were completely false, and accusing Croy of trying to damage her reputation. She says she was away for 5 weeks filming 2 TV shows to help support her family. Unfortunately, I do believe that this is the thing. Kim is a May Taurus. We have a tendency as Taurus. I'm not a May Taurus. I'm April. Sometimes we do have a tendency to lie. We do. We do. But sometimes we lie about dumb shit. Sometimes we do lie. But in this instance, I don't think that she's lying, because if you all remember, they were basically they did post like a little video of the girlies filming the like Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip or something like that. It's like a new show that they have with all of the housewives. And in that clip, you see basically not all, but majority of the OGs from Real Housewives of Atlanta. You see them basically reuniting and coming together. So in that instant, when she said that she was filming, there's actual proof of her there's proof of her actually filming a scene for the TV show that she's talking about. Now, the other TV show I don't know about. I'm not sure if she's going to be making an appearance when it comes to Real Housewives of Atlanta or whatever the case is. Or she might be filming the show with her daughter. If I'm not mistaken, one of her daughters is actually on a TV show with another Real Housewives of Atlanta star, her daughter, Riley Burrs, Candy Burrs' daughter. They are on a show together called Influencers of New York or something like that. And I think that Kim makes an appearance on that show. So those might be the 2 shows that she was actually filming for, which actually makes sense. Like, we can see that. But nonetheless, Kim, please get it together, child. I don't know what's going on. I understand that you probably was scraping to keep up with the lifestyle that you had before, and unfortunately you ran that man into the ground. I'm talking about, he is so traumatized. I think he even put like DA survivor in his bio. He is ruined, and a part of me believes a lot of that has to do with the fact that he ignored his parents, because his mama back in the day did say like, hey, you need to watch out for Kim. And there was a moment where Kim was not like meshing with his family at all. This is kind of one of those situations where it's like, I know the mama or the daddy is like jumping up and down for Croy, because they like, was it Croy's parents? Yeah, it was Croy's parents. I know that they like jumping up and down, basically like, yeah, bitch, I told you, just like a Candy Bird's mama. Yeah, Mama Joy's probably somewhere. She is happier than the sissy in Boys Town when it comes to Todd, basically not being in their life no more. This actually, if you ask me, the situation with Kim Zolciak and her husband is a scheme that Todd set up to come to you with the bullshit. But no, nonetheless, I am wishing Croy and Kim the best, child, and I hope that the kids, I hope that their relationship really doesn't affect the kids too much to where it like has the kids basically choosing sides or whatever. Like I hate when that happens. So, child, I'm praying for them. Let's go ahead and move into some music. So it looks like Joyner Lucas and NBA YoungBoy dropped a new track called Deep End. I personally don't listen to neither one of them niggas, but I think it's fascinating to see YoungBoy actually stepping more into like some features. I know YoungBoy to do features like back in the day, but I feel like he was more selective. Now I feel like he's been a little more out there, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I just think that it's just surprising to me. I feel like he's stepping out his comfort zone a little bit, which I enjoy. I bitch I can't be mad at that. It looks like Tory Lanez also dropped something, an album, I guess, called Slutty Bass for the birds who want to go listen. There's too many birds on the ground, not enough in the sky. This is the perfect album for you, whoever loves that man still. It looks like Brandy Norwood was honored a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame this past week. Congratulations to the Black Cinderella. I feel like it is very much needed at this point. Brandy is one of those people who I think is more so slept on simply because I think people just forget the shit that, like, that's what it is. People really forget, like, the impact that Brandy has really had. And she's a great songwriter. You feel me? She starred in a whole bunch of shit. And again, she is literally the Black Cinderella. There would be no Princess Tiana if there wasn't for Brandy becoming Cinderella. And Whitney Houston was the fairy godmother, of course, duh. But nonetheless, congratulations to Brandy. They did try to bring up Ray J not being there, and I just feel as though if I was her, I would have told them motherfuckers, please don't ask me about nobody y'all don't see me with. Plain blank period. And this is the thing too. Over the years, we have known Brandy and Ray J to not have the best relationship. Literally. Do y'all not remember the little TV show that they had? Ray J has always been that little brother who acts an ass. And I really do think it has a lot to do with the fact that because Brandy is looked at as the princess, it kind of gets hard to get out of the shadow. Like, people were literally referring to him as Brandy's little brother. So that's why Ray J had to make a name for himself. I personally think that, I don't know what's going on, but like over the years, Ray J just started to like super decline, because I used to fuck with Ray J. I'm not gonna lie, for the love of Ray J, bitch, Ray J has hits. Come on now. Ray J is actually funny as fuck. Like, his moments on Love and Hip Hop, funny as fuck. I will say the shit that he was doing with Princess or whatever, I feel as though this is definitely some karma that's going on. Bitch, he was messing with Tierra Marie and fucking Princess at the same time. Bitch, it was just a whole lot of. And so I can understand why sometimes Brandy does not fuck with her brother. Like, it's very clear. But I just get tired of y'all asking about it. Like, bitch, the evidence be there. The evidence be there. And it's okay. He's not there. Oh, well, so what? I'm pretty sure he wishes her nothing but the best. Literally. Like, it's really nothing else to talk about. It looks like Meek Mill is upset with Charlamagne the God because Charlamagne the God was on his podcast, Brilliant Idiots, and he basically stated that Meek Mill never recovered after him and Drake's beef. And Meek Mill was upset about that. And I actually have to agree with Meek Mill, only because we actively seen him still drop hits, still, still have a career. Now, did it take him a little minute to shake back? Yeah, of course. But did he do so? Kind of, sort of, But I also think the reason why people don't think that Meek Mill kind of like fully came back is because people still can't take Meek Mill serious. That's what it is, really. Like, I feel as though because we see too much of Meek Mill being a fucking cornball, which I think is the funniest shit in the world, I think people just can't get past that when it comes to his music. But that does not take away from the fact that Meek Mill is a good artist. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh yeah, Meek Mill in my top 10. No, but I'm never about to sit here and continuously deny talent when it's there. Also, Meek Mill gave us fucking Lil Snoop. I will have to say Meek Mill and Lil Snoop is probably one of the best duos that we have had. I know I'm going to get some backlash for that, but it's the truth. Lil Snoop, Meek Mill, I would put Future and Thug, of course, or you can even, I would rather do like a Drake in the Weekend, you know? Bitch, Lil Durk, King Von, G Herbo, and Lil Baby. Come on now, it's like they up there. I'm sorry, that's just my list of duos that I fucking enjoy. But nonetheless, it's one of those things where it's like we can't keep denying that Meek Mill has hits. We can't keep denying that Meek Mill is a great artist. Well, he has the ability to be a great artist. I just think because the people can't get past his corniness, it doesn't correlate. And so because he was like, I'm tired of you niggas acting like I'm not him, guess what he does? Turns around and drops another freestyle to Dreams and Nightmares. Babes, I will say this, the freestyle is fire. It is. It's fire, bro. I can't even sit here and, hey, I will say this though. I'm not about to learn another Dreams and Nightmares because you know how long it took me to learn the first one? And bitch, I still barely know it. I'm just keeping it up. I can't take it. But nonetheless, shout out to Meek Mill for, just, I appreciate him. Even when the haters try to come for him when it comes to the music shit, he just proves them wrong in that regard. But anything else, yeah, I can agree. Meek Mill's the biggest cornball of all, but music-wise, I can't take away that man. I can't take away that man's talent. I just really can't. It looks like French Montana and Max B are #1 on rhythmic radio in the U.S. for their single "Ever Since You Left Me." They have also announced they are doing a joint tape, Wave Guys 2, Cosmo Brothers, and they are also co-headlining a U.S. tour. So shout out to French Montana and Max B. I've been hearing a lot about French Montana lately. I personally think his switch to like doing the whole, because if you really think about it, he don't be on the shit that he used to be. Laying in the ball up, shot callers, or the don't stop, pop that, don't stop, with your target with. Like, people fail to realize French Montana do got hits, but also I think because he's more into like that Caribbean style-ish thing or whatever, I think that's been working for him. So why not? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, ho. Like, I'm not mad. You know what I'm not mad at? The fact that Sway Lee wrote Beyonce's hook to Formation. Bitch, I'm not mad at that at all. And I'm not mad simply because I think that it is very great for men to be able to write for not only other men, but to be able to write for women. And it not just be the basic shit that motherfuckers think about. Like, Sway Lee even explained in his interview with The Breakfast Club that when he wrote the hook for Beyonce's Formation, at first, of course, he was trying to think like, what the fuck am I about to talk about? Like, am I supposed to, like, oh yeah, my ass fed, this pussy wet, this and that and third. But when people are able to like get past that and actually be able to deliver something that's like different, and to think about it, Formation is one of Beyonce's, one of many, her biggest hits. So it's like, it's a win-win, bro. I'm not mad at that. I love when niggas are able to really tap in and write for women, because even Lil Yachty do the same thing. Like, he was writing for the City Girls, and not all City Girls music was about, oh yeah, my pussy wet, this and that and the third. Of course they did start the trend of like, bitch, it's time to like run these niggas pocket. I mean, they didn't start the trend. I feel like they started it back up, because if you really think about it, Trina was on some like run his pockets type shit. You feel me? Like, all the girlies was really on some like run that nigga pockets type shit. But then you also had the girlies who's on that straight like, bitch, I'm a thug. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Like, Foxy Brown was sexy, but the things that came out of her fucking mouth was like, you are a lady. Lil' Kim, you are a lady. Oh my God, you're saying these things? But it just works at the end of the day. That's why I said, like, I'm not mad. If it works, bro, it could be one of the best things for you. And some people was like, oh no, you were lying. His name is literally on the credits. Just go check the fucking credits. Y'all never want to go check shit. But y'all always want to say somebody lying, but never want to go check the facts. Okay, make sense. Um, but that is all the news that I have this week. Let's go ahead and get into some new drops, right? So this is all the music that has dropped today. So make sure that you all go listen to it. Sway Lee, of course, has dropped an album. That is why he's on the Breakfast Club, because he is doing a promotion for his new album called Same Difference. I have listened to the album. I fuck with the album. I'm not mad at the album. I'm not mad. I personally think that I fall in love with more. Hold on, cause what the fuck? I hate when I put on Carmack and like that little white shit, like the whale sperm, be basically yeah, it be getting like all in there, shit. Anyway, so Sway Lee, of course, is doing a press tour for his new album. And like I said, I really do like the album. I personally think that if I'm able to listen to an album and I can picture certain things, like I can picture myself like riding down in LA with the top down and the wind blowing, like it's nighttime. Like if I could really create a scene, or even if I can listen to music, I could be like, ooh, I can have this in a TV show where this is going on. Like unfortunately, that's how my brain works, because I've always wanted to pick music for like a TV show, or I always create moments off of music in my head because it's just a way for me to connect with life, I guess. With Sway Lee's album, it allows me to basically do that. Some moments I feel like I'm out in LA riding down Rodeo Drive with the top back, just enjoying the wind, the sun, and like it just feels nice. Then you have those songs where it just feels like you're probably high off shrooms or high off acid, and you're like out in the club just partying, having a good time, and it's like nothing else in the world matters. Or it can feel like you're in the middle of a fucking concert and you're high as shit or whatever. It's just one of those things where I enjoy good music because I enjoy good music because it allows me to enjoy good moments of life. So shout out to Sway Lee for that. He has songs with Jhené Aiko, Slim Jimmy, so it's a pretty good album. I'm not mad at it once again. Thundercat actually dropped an album called Distracted. I know not too many people fuck with Thundercat or that type of like music, whether it's like, I hate to say like weird type of music, but it's just one of those like Tyler the Creator, Steve Lacy, the internet, Thundercat, or even it's just a bunch of artists who have like that different type of weirdness to them that some people don't like, but I fuck with it. So shout out to Thundercat for his new album. For the old heads, Juicy J just dropped the album called The Trippy Tape Volume 1. I might go listen to it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna listen to it. I just want to see, because I personally did see Juicy J in the studio with Playboy Max and oh yeah, he was in the studio with Playboy Max. I thought it was Blueface too, but I think that was a different episode. But yeah, and I just want to see, like, is Juicy J still on his old head shit, or is he trying to cater to the new shit? Like, what you got going on, Juicy J? But nonetheless, make sure y'all go check that out. Ski Mask Slump God actually just dropped a new single called Break the Rules, and Key Glock dropped a single called Loco. So make sure that you all go check out that new music. Again, I'm trying to give y'all as much music as I can, because with everybody dropping on Friday, it is so hard to keep up. Again, can we switch up the formula? Can we go back to some? Then y'all all drop at midnight. Don't get me wrong, as a night owl, of course I'm up, so I'm going to listen. But we have to come up with something different. We really do. But nonetheless, that is all that I have for you all this week. Of course, before we get out of here, let's go ahead and get into an Uncut Gem. So, Yeat actually just dropped the album last week called ADL, A Dangerous Life, A Dangerous Love. And one of the songs on the album is actually our Uncut Gem of the week. The song is called Lose Control, and this is featuring Elton John. I don't know what it is. anything featuring Elton John actually fucking hits. It has like a slow type of feel to it, but then it has like an up tempo too. So, nonetheless, I wish I could play it, but YouTube is gonna flag the fuck out of me. We'll work on it later. But nonetheless, make sure that you all go check out Yeat featuring Elton John, Lose Control. All right. So, again, that is all that I have for you all this week. Thank you to my first and my last time listeners. Please make sure that you all are checking out every episode every Monday and Friday on our YouTube channel. You don't want to miss out on anything, so make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, do anything that you have to do to make sure that you don't miss a sold. Okay? Please remember to always be humble, be gracious, and be open. I will see y'all at the top because the bottom is just a little too crowded. Bye.